Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. We're on episode 321 today. We're going to crank out some feathers where we're going through 13 different sets of pencils. It will be the Brutfuner Neons. I went really long yesterday, so we're going to see if we can keep it to our 45 minutes. And we will be doing Neon Arteza and schpirrer-farben, and if we're really lucky, we can get to Harmonious. But I, of course, am super slow. Yesterday were some big hitters. I spent quite a bit of time on them, changed my colors around. It was Prismacolor first, then the Holbeins. Both were fantastic. And so let's just get right to it. All right, I had to make a little room. And we are going to, for the Brutfuner Neons, which this is my first time using them, I am going to use this tiny little feather right here. We won't really have the same color palette as we had yesterday. So I'm going to just grab 3 of these. I did pick somewhat similar colors as much as I possibly could. But then, of course, yeah, these are just neons. They are beautiful to look at, easy to read. They went down okay. I didn't put a plus for how they worked on copy paper, so not the best. And I've got, I'm going to rotate here. The light was different. I had to dim it because now I have afternoon light coming in, kind of competing with my ring light. So we are just going to start having some fun with these. First thoughts of them on smooth paper. They feel better on the smooth paper than they felt on the slightly rougher, very cheap copy paper. We're just going to, I'm using kind of medium pressure. I'm not going with light layers. Just kind of mushing the colors together here, doing ovals. I did some boats a few pages back, and I did 3 different sets that had neons in their sets, and they were absolutely a dream. I'm like, wow, I need to get myself some neons, some actual neons, and see what I think of those. All right, I've got 2 pinks. Did I actually give you my color numbers? I don't think I did. I am so sorry. Light red, 20. Roses are red, 24. The other 3 colors, the yellow. Here, I've got greens in my hand. Golden, number 7 is the yellow. Orange is the name for number 13. And the pink was number 18, Sunset. And these sets actually include a color family call out, which is interesting. So this is a color family of red. These 2 greens are a color family of green. I've got fruit green 48 and green moss 42. I'm probably not going to be using these 2 in the same chunk. Oh, and because I didn't finish this one back here, I'm going to go ahead and do it. These have not been sharpened, by the way. We are using them. Look at that blunt tip. We're using them as is. So these are Brutfuner, and what they feel like to me is the Brutfuner macaron. They are that soft. The macaron are a bit softer feeling than, say, the squares or the 520s. Feeling fantastic. I'm even going to come in here. I'm going to add some darker. And I'm going to go even darker than that, because we're just playing around with these. So what I'm playing with is I've filled in the tooth. If I want to do more after the tooth is filled in, can I keep layering up more and more and more? And you know what? I am layering more. That is very, very nice. Okay, shifting to my two greens. I will, of course, have the descriptions. In the description will be the colors, names and numbers. So we don't have any browns or dark tones. We only have some bright tones. Coloring these fun feathers is very much the type of content that I think would be fun to use these for. It does seem like I can take these colors and mush them together and make a nice blend out of them very easily. I have blues and purples left. I'm going to grab them both. So we have the color family blue called out on River Blue 33, Lake Blue 35. I will tell you that this is a metallic blue, and I do see a little reflection, so I have to kind of play with the angle. And I suspect that the darker, yeah, the darker is way more difficult because of the so I love the blue. It's beautiful, and it's easy to read on the light colors. Not so much on these purples. So color family of purple on the lighter one, and it is called 31 Orchid Purple, and then blue for the color family on the darkest, which is 40 Dazzling Blue. They feel they don't feel silky. They do feel oily, buttery, very buttery. I believe I already mentioned that they were only rated as okay for how well they went down on the cheap copy paper when I did my swatches. I have not fully swatched. I think I did with you guys a few swatches, maybe 8 different colors going from the yellow. They're a little bit clicky. They're not perfectly quiet by any means. You're probably seeing this reflection. It's still good though, you can see it. I have a lot of shadow here on my end looking down through the camera. Okay, I am going to do a quick sharpen, so we'll just see how these sound. Perfectly normal. That was the dark purple, and I'm going to go ahead and do these little featherlets. I do not know what the base of a feather is called. I call it a stem, but I'm sure there's probably some technical term. I'm going to grab this light blue and do one more sharpen, and then we're going to call this feather done. And then we're going to move right along. I did not get very much done yesterday. I'm such a talker. And I took my time, as I do. Well, these were very pleasant. I enjoyed the experience. Very enjoyable. I would love more than even the 50 colors, but that is a very lovely looking feather. Okay, we're moving on. According to my chart, Arteza is next. Rotating. Those are Holbein. Oh, so this, I am done with this particular stand. So let me move it out of the way. Oh, and I see I have a cord. Artezas are coming up right now. We're starting with the 3 yellow, orange, burgundy combo. I'm going to use this feather. Let's get it over here at an angle so you can see all that I am doing. We've got Honey A076, Blood Orange A073. It is a very reflective, wide stroke. Silver, a little bit difficult to read. Magenta 025, but I do like how large the letters are. These have mostly not been sharpened. Yeah. Well, okay. And then we'll talk about what we've got going along here. One of the pencils has a thing to discuss. We're going to get a couple of segments set up for this color combo. I think that is, oh, yeah, that'll work. That is plenty. The orange has a crack. Hopefully you can see that. Not sure where that happened or when it happened. Let's just see what happens when we use this, if it cracks off further. I wrote for these being used on the copy paper. I also put an OK rather than a plus. So far I have nothing graded less than OK. But I already wrote the had the disclaimer yesterday that every set of these pencils I have used many times now in small victories. I do understand them and know how they work, and any of their quirks, I have integrated their quirks, and I don't really have any sets in this 13 thus far. I still have to do color matching color choices on 3 of the sets, but none of them have been worse than okay. And one did get a double plus. This color of kind of a crushed curry yellow blends so nicely with this deep vermilion reddish orange. Just these 3 make a fantastic, on so far every set. We'll see if I continue to say that as we move along through all of the pencils. So with the tip being cracked like it is, I am not sure. I have not had any issues with sharpening these. It is possible I haven't used this orange. I definitely haven't. Beyond that, though, I see the tips show signs of wear. I still use about medium pressure when I put the colors down, I expect to see some tooth, and I am finding by the time I get down to the second layer that the tooth is filling in very nicely. So I think that will become my expectation. We will see how many sets do not work that way. For being, these are a larger core, so they're like a 3.8-ish millimeter core, and I have not sharpened them, and they're doing quite nicely as I try to put them into little corners. This one's a little messy here. I'll probably come back and clean that up, but not on our time together, because I am trying to get through as many sets of these as I can. Okay, very lovely. I've got a cable here. I am charging my phone while I do this. And I'd like to not hit it. Okay, next color combo that I did with the first two sets of the standard colors is the teal blue purple. So let's see how well teal blue purple goes. So these are a little bit narrower of a barrel. Our colors are ocean blue A089, blueberry A070, and amethyst A088. The color names on the Artezas are very simple and straightforward. I only own the 72 set. I think the browns is where I didn't have a good match. Yeah, I don't have a good match for the tan color, the lighter brown. Yep, that is the blue, and then this is the purple. So yeah, the first coat, medium pressure. I'm going to say with this set of pencils, it's a little bit more tooth showing, less is going down, so I'm going to say it does not quite go down as nice as the other sets I've used today. I'm going to do another layer here, a little harder pressure. See if we can get a nice blend with the teal to blue. On to my purple. Medium to heavy pressure. I did not have to use as much pressure on the other three sets. I wish I would not have put the purple on the outside. But that's okay. It gives us a little bit of a challenge. Oh, I want the blue. Yeah, see, I'm coming back here seeing some tooth still. setting down that combo. We've got the greens. We have an apple green and an olive green. It is called Moss A029 for the dark, and Matcha for A006, which is the light green. And this moss is not as dark as the Prisma. I think it's one of the colors. Let me look. It is not as dark as it went down on the copy paper. So it's definitely harder to get a good lay down on this smooth paper. We've got 3 browns now. These all, again, everything is jewel toned. And so it's not like there's lights and darks. Any light that I am doing is just by not putting as much pigment down. So we have 3 browns: cinnamon, A027, passion fruit, A050, and dark chocolate, A118. Getting into small spaces, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen this. This is the dark color. And then we have this rust color. Terracotta is, I believe, the Prisma name. And I want to do just a little bit . These are not quite as nice as far as trying to, get in and do some precise work. I'm seeing some crumbs. I do want to grab my brush. But it looks very much like the Holbein and Prismacolor next to it, even though I'm feeling a little bit more messiness in working with them. They're a little like waxy feeling a bit. Some resisting. And just not overall not quite as pleasant. I'm gonna call that done. And we will move on to the next. Our third set is the schpirrer-farben. Schpirrer-farben, I'm just going to grab our colors. Now these are one of my svelte sets of pencils. We're going to slide over this way. I might have to rotate and then rotate the... let's see, how do I want to do it? It's now getting darker. I think I might... trying to figure out. Ooh, there you go. This is a very different feather, so I want to be attacking it with my hand placement a little bit in a different location. Do you have to deal now? I'm going to have to deal with the fact that I have two fairly messy sets of pencils there between the Holbein. We're going to probably have to go, that's probably back where it originally was. I'm trying to avoid coloring on the, with my hand over these other pencils. They are known messy pencils. Okay, three first colors. Barrel's looking pretty dark. Maple, 110. Yep, 110. 210, cadmium red, and plum 310. Easier to read, still silver, but it is easier for me to read. I do like the matte finish on these. It feels nice. They're actually a narrower diameter barrel. And I have used them quite a bit. We are going to do a fun blend here. A double blend with this tone coming up twice. Oops, and looping around. We look. I would rather be over this way more. Sorry, guys. And look at that. I might have to get up to take care of that. It is the afternoon. It's kind of fun to look through with the sunlight on it. All right, I'm going to pause. All right, I am back. We do not have the sun sending a glare. The orange is what's coming next. I had to sharpen that orange, by the way. These go down very nicely on the copy paper. They're one of my quicker pencils, I guess I would say. They go down quite vibrant, very fast. Which I really like. The one thing that they will do, if you accidentally go too hard, you can get dark lines that to clean up will require that you erase to soften the line. I recalled having this when I did the houses, and I actually pitted these at that time against the prangs and the Holbeins, and these came out more vibrant than the Holbeins. So this is actually inadvertently pitting them up against them again. And this is Excel doing my random number generating. But this, so the second feather. Let's see, can I get them both? Yeah, so this is the, all three of these are very vibrant. Arteza is vibrant too. Oop. So we will see what these look like in the end, if they still are as vibrant as I recall with doing the houses with them. Okay, very fun. I'm going to do one more shift. I need to move this closer. That will be nice. Okay. Teal Blue Purple blend next. Turquoise 480, Marine Blue 410, Violet 370. Ease of legibility we talked about. Not the best. I still would love to not have to have the glare of the silver. Organization, they're already in color family order with increments going up by groups of 10, so that if there was a need to fill in a gap, maybe there's a different set, although I think there's a 72 set and the 96. But let's say they did want to fill in, there is an increment of 10, 370, 380, 390. So I think that was nice for future planning if they ever wanted to extend the line beyond the 96. All right, we've got greens and browns left, and I hope I do not see the green. Oh, there it is. There it is. 2 greens, an appley green and an olive green. And there is cypress tree, $5.90, and avocado, $5.50. And I believe, looking at my chart, nope, they look okay. So let's just go ahead and I think all of this is going to be brown just for fun, something different. This has not been sharpened, I don't think. Let's see how well it handles. Not being in a point. They're a little noisy, aren't they? I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it. I don't think any of the pencils yet have been noisy. So these have some sound to them. How are we doing for time? We're doing good. All right, we have browns left, and then we will be moving on. Again, jewel tone browns, 3 of them. And I managed to grab a purple. All right, so we've got honey brown, $6.55, ginger brown, $6.40, dark brown, $6.80. And I'm going to go ahead and do, this is sharpened. Are all 3? Nope. This color right here has not been sharpened, and that one has been sharpened a bit. This particular lot I bought quite a while ago. It came from eBay, and it was 2 sets of pencils, 2 sets of gel pens, and 6 coloring books, I think. A very nice selection of coloring books. I was only expecting 1 set of gel pens. I'm kind of playing with the curves to emphasize the kind of a curving shape of the feather. Okay, so I'm going to do this lighter tone. fun feather. I'm liking this. It's very different than the others. Red. We have... This is the equivalent of the terracotta color. I'm going to sharpen this now. I would love to not have so many lines going over. Oh, I needed to do more. More. All right, so this is all we're going to get done here today because we're at 41 minutes. We did finish 3, which means that we will be starting off with the harmonious. Yeah, once you get the first layer down here with these, start filling in the tooth, then you get some nice deep colors. It's like it goes down softer for its first layer. Come back in and fill this. Got a couple minutes to finish this one off. Leaving this white area white to make it look curved up. All right, folks, there we go. 3 feathers today. Neon. And what was that? Neon Arteza. And schpirrer-farben. Again, I like them all, but I do think that the schpirrer-farben, this was, took the longest, which I thought it wouldn't. I thought it would be even faster. It's typically more like the Color, which is a very fast pencil. But to get it to smooth out took a little more work. Less messy, no crumbs. Less messy than the Arteza. Arteza had some crumbs. Arteza took a bit of work. Maybe they took about the same amount of work to get the lay down the way I like it. I think that came out fantastic. All right, so tomorrow we will start the day with the harmonious. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, consider subscribing. Join me again tomorrow where we will be working on the following. I'll even show you. Let's see if we can show you. Harmonious, Maries, and Erogetin. And there is what the colors all look like. So, I will see you all there.